Good afternoon, my friends. It is Tuesday at 2 Eastern Standard Time. I always have to add that because I know we have people dropping in from all over the country watching Facebook Live, so I love it. It's really just a chance for me to share some stamping inspiration with you and connect with you near and far. So I do a lot of different classes and events. But I know those of you who live further away, or maybe there's different circumstances, it's hard for you to get out to come and see me, stamp with me. So Facebook Live is a perfect way where I can still share some stamping with you and still share what's up in the Stampin' for Fun world. And you don't have to leave the comfort of your own home. So I love it when you let me know you're there so that we're talking to each other. You can let me know how things are going with you, what you've been stamping and creating. It's really fun to be able to connect that way. So first things first, I always like to do a few announcements, but it might be easier actually to flip the camera over because then I can show you everything on my table. I have like this giant pile on the side of my desk because I have so many things I want to tell you and show you today. Actually, it's bled over onto two desks. Oh, hi Paulette. Hello from Burlington. Okay, not too far from me, but it's still lovely to connect with you. So yeah, I've got two piles of things I want to show you guys today. So maybe I will just flip the camera over and hopefully everything will be okay. It's easier to see it, I think, but I like to show my face and say hi so that you know I'm here. My craft cave is in a bit of a disaster right now. It's not too bad. It could definitely be worse because my big stamp camp is coming up on Saturday. And stamp camp is just every time there's a new catalog, I do a stamp camp, and it's been filling up the last few times where we get to make 10 different cards using new product from the new catalog. Lunch is included. It's a really lovely time. There's stamping demonstrations. There's prizes. Lots of prizes. We have a grand prize this time of a Stamparatus and the coordinating bag. So it's fun to give away prizes and fun to see people just enjoying themselves stamping. And we always have the best lunch at Stamp Camp, or at least I think. It's like Greek food and Greek salad, and it's very yummy. So I'm looking forward to Saturday. My stamp camps tend to fill up. That's why if you're on my newsletter list, you might not have heard much about it because it filled up, and I don't like to disappoint people, so I just didn't talk about it for a while, but I'm talking about it now because it's happening on Saturday. Oh, Donna's on. Yeah, see, Donna, I was just saying about Stamp Camp, how it fills up, and I'm looking forward to Saturday and the yummy food. So Donna, I know I'll see you there. But the next one, I'll tell you guys the date now for the next Stamp Camp, which will be for the new annual catalog, and it is June the 13th. And like I've been having trouble finding locations to do my events. Things have been booking up or things are too expensive or whatever. So I have been trying to do stamp camp at my church, but so much is going on at our church now. So the next stamp camp, typically I do it in the morning. The next one will actually start in the afternoon because that's the only time I could get a booking. So instead of having lunch at the June stamp camp, we'll have dinner. We'll stamp, have dinner, finish our stamping. So that'll be good. Okay, so let's flip this around. I have so many announcements, and then I have stamping and things to show you. So let's see if I can get this over here. Okay, there we go. Hopefully, I'm always worried about the jiggle here, if everything will be okay. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that okay. And we'll see if we can get rid of the shadow a bit, turn on some light so you guys can see everything. How's the weather out there? I stuck my head out the door and it was chilly. It was chilly. Okay, so a few announcements. One is the Stampin' for Fun paper share. So that is, I'm actually going to get my glasses, which I have conveniently put with my blocks. So now I know where it is, because every time I do Facebook Live, I'm like, oh no, I need my glasses. Okay, so just a reminder, the Stampin' for Fun paper share is on. The deadline is January the 18th. So this Saturday is the deadline if you want to get in and take advantage of getting a sampling of all the papers. 6x6 size. You get 2 sheets of every design from 7 different paper packs. Okay, so I can mail it to your door, or you can pick it up from me. So if you want to register for that, it's stampinforfunpapershare.eventbrite.ca. Okay, so that's announcement number 1. Now I can get rid of this piece of paper. Announcement number 2 that I want to make is about this bundle here. Okay, I don't know if you are aware, but there is a fantastic product medley in the spring catalog called Botanical Prints. You get a stamp set, coordinating dies, a whole stack of designer series paper that coordinates, elements, masks, ribbon, and these cute little bees. I'm trying to see if I can get it out for you. Okay, there's these cute little bees. Okay, so I was talking about Stamp Camp earlier, and how it's been filling up, and you know, people can't come to Stamp Camp if they live too far away or they don't register in time and it fills up. So I thought, let me try a different kind of Stamp Camp. So this I am calling my Botanical Prints Stamp Camp, because when you register for this Stamp Camp, you'll get this whole medley, and then you'll also get 12 projects. You will get the pre-cut cardstock mailed to you, everything for 12 projects, 9 of which will be cards and the others will be anything but a card. So the cost is only $128. You can come and do it live in my at my class at the end of March, or you can, it's a perfect Stamp Camp in a box, because you'll get everything you need delivered to you. And let me show you some samples that you'll be making as part of the Botanical Prints Stamp Camp. So this is perfect. I know some of you watch Facebook Live live further away, so, or even if you don't live further away, but it's just hard to come out to my events in Markham, this is the perfect Stamp Camp for you. You can just block off your own time and spend the day making 12 projects. Here's a couple of the cards, and then here is the another sample of a card. And then remember I said some of the projects are not cards, but other things. So this is actually a cute little tea bag holder. It just pops out like that. So this way, you're not just getting the medley of product, you're actually getting inspiring ideas how to use it. So anyway, I just wanted to highlight my Botanical Prints Stamp Camp. You will see more about it if you're on my newsletter list. So I just wanted to get that out there. Okay, I guess those are the main things I wanted to tell you. Why don't we do, I know you guys love to see samples. Who wants to see a few samples? Participating in swaps is super fun. So just let me show you a sampling of some of the swap cards I received. These are all using Celebration product. So the products that you see are, for example, this designer series paper. It's only available free with a minimum $60 order. And then the dies, you get them free, I believe, with a $120 order. Okay, and then, oh, who made this swap card? Let's see. Kathy Partesis. Okay, so there we go. That's her swap card. And then this is the designer series paper, which you get free with a $60 order. And this is my swap card. I recognize it very well. I'm very well acquainted with it because I made so many. I think this was a swap where we had to make like 34 or something like that. So anyway, I heat embossed the little hive there in gold. Just gave it a little pop. Okay, these meerkats. What do you guys think of these swap cards? Hope they're inspiring for you. So many different ways to use the free sets that Stampin' Up! Is giving away during Celebration. So again, you get a whole stamp set free just for a minimum $60 order. You get the whole set of meerkats. And there's other fun, there's a little birthday hat in it, some sentiments. Okay, there you go. There's that free DSP again in there. Who's this swap card? Joyce Farraco. Who's this one? Sorry, I should give credit. No name on the back. Sorry. Oh, quite a few people use that designer series paper there. It coordinates with the new, I think there's like a honeybee set in the Occasions catalog. This one's Sandy Rule. Aren't these great? I can tell you, it is so exciting when my envelope comes full of these swap cards. I like sit down with a hot beverage and I like slowly go through everything and admire it. It's so fun. Anyway, I thought you guys would like to see some of the swap cards. I hope it inspires some of your crafting. Again, this stamp set, this is a bundle, a stamp set, and there's an embossing folder. You get free with a $120 order during Celebration. So Celebration ends the end of March, but don't wait until March to take advantage of Celebration because items do sell out, they do run out, they do disappear depending on demand, supply demand. So don't wait to place your order to get your Celebration freebies. Okay, let's get on to the action here. Here is the product of the month. You can tell I've been using a lot of the product of the month. It's some designer series paper. Oh, I see people are still popping on. Make sure to say hi so that I know you're there. I love connecting with you guys. Okay, look at all this designer series paper. Can you see the foil in there? That's why they call this specialty designer series paper, and it's double-sided. So if you take advantage of the paper share, you'll definitely get a sampling of this paper. This is my product of the month that I'm showcasing in January, and it's called the From My Heart designer series paper, specialty designer series paper, because it's got that very lovely foil in it. Okay, so why don't we get started with our card? Debbie, I'm glad you like to see those swaps. It is so inspiring. I totally agree. Okay. So, let's get the trimmer and let's cut our card base. So we're going to cut it at, I'm actually going to cut it at the 4 1/4 mark. Okay, and then there we go. So it's really just cutting the cardstock in half, and then we're going to score it in half at 5 1/2 inches. Okay, and then that will be our card base. There we go. I'm using Flirty Flamingo, which is a fantastic, wow. I just saw a name pop up. I think I saw Gail pop in, but I feel like Gail's supposed to be on a cruise. So I'm confused. Okay, because usually on cruise you can't get internet. Gail, if you're there, say hi. I'm so excited. I hope you're having a nice time on your trip. Or maybe it means you didn't go on the trip, but I hope you went on the trip. Okay, so the crumb cake cardstock, I'm going to cut it at 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. Okay, so that's just a very normal measurement that I would do to mat on top of a card, just like that. Okay, but let's give it some texture. So this card that I'm showcasing today actually was inspired by one of the swap cards that I received from Colleen Magnus. So I know her from Founder Circle in the old days and from the incentive trip. So I just loved the card that she shared, so I thought I would share it for you on Facebook. Oh, cold? Is it cold out in BC? No, it can't be as cold as it is here. I would love to be in BC. Oh, but maybe you're in the northern mountainous parts, in which case it would be cold. Are you doing any skiing? I love it when you say hi, Doreen. Okay, so I am using a brand new embossing folder here. It's called the Parisian Flourish 3D embossing folder. Okay, and we're gonna pop that in. I love how our new embossing folders now have a line on it. Can you see how there's a line? It helps me to know my paper is straight, which can sometimes be a challenge. So this is a brand new embossing folder. So just let me stick that in there. And we're going to pop this on. So just remember, if you have the Big Shot and you're buying any new embossing folders, you need this blue plate, because that, for any of the 3D embossing folders, you need the blue plate. It just gives it the right sandwich to give you the perfect emboss. Look at how gorgeous this embossing folder is. Look at that, it's like magic. And the emboss is so deep and textured. Minus 16 this morning. Okay, that is pretty cold. You're right. Okay. I like to stay indoors in the winter. I was just thinking this morning about the sad reality about winter for me is I literally just count down until it's not winter. Like I was thinking, oh, we're almost the middle of January, which is, you know, pretty close to the end of January. Then it'll be February, and then March, and March is when it starts to get better. Like I was literally thinking, okay, just hang in there, another month and a half, it might get better. So I guess I'm not very Canadian that way. I'm supposed to love the outdoors and the cold or something, but not so much. Okay, so what I've taken is my craft ink. This is white craft ink and a sponge, and I am going to just apply some of that white craft ink onto my paper on the raised parts. Okay, so it just gives it a little bit of almost like a chalky effect, a vintage effect. I don't know if you can kind of see that on the camera. Okay, but what I'm doing is I'm tapping on the white ink pad and then rubbing that ink right onto the embossed portions of the crumb cake cardstock. Okay, so it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to get every single embossed portion for sure. But what you want is just kind of a bit of a contrast in color. Yes, it is a perfect day to do some card making. I completely agree. Okay, so there we go. Okay, or if you want to, I mean, I'm kind of crumpling the paper, which is totally fine, I think. There, maybe it's a little more distinct there if I rub it. Okay, can you see how I'm getting that? Okay, so hopefully you can see kind of how I'm getting a bit of a white effect on there. Let's put this away, and we'll layer this on top. Let me get my snail out. We'll just adhere that right on top. Okay. Oh, I see Gail is in Turks and Caicos. You did go on your trip. I don't know why I got the scoring wrong there. I feel like I scored it wrong. Oh well. Even though I'm wearing my glasses, I still obviously got the measurement wrong there. So I'm glad, Gail, that you did end up going on your cruise after all. I was a bit worried when I saw your name pop up. I thought, oh my goodness, did you not get to go on the cruise? But you did. Yay. Okay, so the product of the month highlight is the From My Heart Designer Series paper. So let's take some of that. So Gail's saying that the Wi-Fi is going in and out. Are you guys finding that, or is it just because she's in the Caribbean? Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Not that there's too much I can do about it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this at the 1 inch mark. Okay, so the strip that I'm using is going to be 1 inch by 5 1/4 inches. By 4 inches. 1 inch by 4 inch. Okay, and we could use this side or this side, but I'm going to use the heart side. Okay, and then let's stick that onto our card as well. Okay. Put that right in the middle. So what's fun is that the Designer Series paper coordinates with many things in the same suite. So that's what Stampin' Up! Is known for, right? That the things will coordinate. So let me show you what it coordinates with. So this Designer Series paper coordinates with, they have these fun doilies. Okay, and so the doilies are in 2 colors. You get both in the same package. There's the real red and also the flirty flamingo. But I'm going to use the real red and stick that on there. Okay. Now, just to let you know, Celebration is a great time to shop, so don't forget, if you see anything you like, go ahead and you can shop at genevieve.stampinup.net. Just use this host code. And that was one of my announcements I forgot to mention because it was all buried underneath here, is that any orders $50 or more, I will send you all the supplies so that you can make these 4 cards. Okay, so this is the January online ordering special, is that you'll receive the make and take supplies for these 4 cute friendship cards. Friendship, Valentine, okay? And I'll include everything for you. You'll just have to use your own stamps and ink, but everything as much as possible will be pre-die cut and prepared for you. Okay, so if you want these make and takes, all you have to do, and also you'll get the tutorials, all you have to do is place an order on my online store. Okay, just click the shop now button. There's the host code, so I know that you're part of the online ordering special. Okay, if your order isn't $50 before tax and shipping, that's okay. You can still go ahead and order, but you'll just get the tutorials. You won't actually get the make and take supplies. Okay, so back on to what else coordinates with this suite. It's the Heartfelt stamp set, and I am going to use the sentiment that says, I don't know, let's see. Let's do the one from my heart to yours. Okay, so I'll take that out, and I don't know, I like things to match, so I'm going to use the Real Red ink. Okay. Oh, people are still popping on. I'm sorry you missed the beginning part, but I'm again showcasing my product of the month this month, which is the From My Heart Designer Series paper. But we have to use the coordinating stamp sets, of course, so I'm using the Real Red ink. Okay, and then we'll use some Whisper White cardstock here. I just always have these little scraps around. Okay, actually what I might do before I stamp it is I'm going to use the Heart Punch. So when you buy, I mean, you can buy it separately, the stamp set, but of course they're available in the bundle. You can get the stamp set and 2 punches, not just 1 punch, but 2 punches. Don't know if you can kind of see that. There's heart and a scallop heart. It'll be better when I punch it out. But I'm going to punch out a heart using the Whisper White cardstock, and then I'll stamp the little saying right inside. Okay, and again, thank you to Colleen who shared her swap card with me so that I could be inspired, and I hope it inspires you. Okay, so I just did that with Real Red into our Whisper White heart, but let's pick up some of that Flirty Flamingo that's in the Designer Series paper. So I'm going to use the scalloped heart. Maybe it's better if you see it this way. And then we'll just, oh, there's 2 pieces there. Never punch as well when there's 2 pieces. And we'll punch out the scalloped heart as well. Okay, so look at how they layer perfectly. Those 2 punches work perfectly together. It's amazing. Fantastic. So why don't we do that? I love how the Stampin' Up! Product coordinates so quickly, so easily. There we go. Okay, and then, now, I didn't try this ahead of time, but I couldn't resist. Before I wanted to stick that down, I wanted to put a tiny bit of ribbon underneath. And believe it or not, I've already used up all my ribbon that was in this suite. There's like kind of a shiny red ribbon that is part of this suite, but it's all used up. So I'm going to use the cotton ribbon instead, which doesn't have quite the same shiny effect, but is still the same color, a lovely real red color. Why don't we take some of that and see if we can snip it back here. I had meant to slide it in here. Let's see if we can get it in there. Okay, perfect. I should have used a little glue dot, but hopefully that'll stick for us. And then also coordinating fantastic with the paper are these cute From My Heart faceted gems. Has anybody seen these? Okay, they come in like a few different colors. It's almost like they're candy. You sort of want to like shake them around, look at them. Okay, so why don't we just stick one there, and we'll have to use a glue dot. We could maybe use the fine tip glue pen or some liquid glue. That might also work as well. But let's try the glue dots because I find they're not at all messy, where sometimes liquid glue can be a little messier. Okay, and I can put the embellishment right on top of that glue dot and pop it right there. Okay, so if you kind of missed and you're wondering how did I get the kind of the little bit of shadowing over here, it was just literally with a sponge and some white craft ink. And I basically just rubbed it on to get a bit of the white effect on there. Gives a little bit of a vintage look. Okay, so that's the project for today. And then if you missed last week, make sure to go back and find the video because this was the project from last week. So each week we're going to be doing a project. Each week in January we'll be doing a project using the From My Heart Designer Series paper. So this was the project last week. This is this week. And then next week we'll have something else. And then don't forget, the January online ordering special is that you will receive the tutorials for all 4 of these lovely cards. It includes the measurements and all the supply list and everything like that. But when your order is $50 or more, I will actually mail you the make and take supply so that you can enjoy making it at home. You just use your own stamps and ink. Okay, but I'll include all the paper and everything. So that is today's Facebook Live. I don't think I forgot anything else. Oh well, hopefully we shared all the things that I wanted to share. Oh no, there's something else. Where is it? I think, did I leave it upstairs? I think I left it upstairs. I was going to tell you about my online bingo, stamping bingo, but I'll maybe post a picture of it later. Okay, I printed it out. I was going to show you guys, but I always forget something. It's like a trademark of mine. What is Genevieve going to forget? Okay, but it was wonderful to share stamping with you. Let me flip this around. I'll say a proper goodbye, and then we will have a warm and cozy day. Okay, let's flip this around here. Hi, guys. I always like to flip the light back on. Okay, so thanks for tuning in. I hope you got inspired with the From My Heart Designer Series paper, and make sure to tune in next week, Tuesday at 2. I'll be doing another project using that pretty paper. Christmas is over. It's time to get ready to show people some love. Get ready for Valentine's Day. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Bye for now.